Hey guys, it's James with the Rambling Dasher, and we are out on a Monday afternoon / evening and going after another dash. So sit back and enjoy as much as dashing can be enjoyed. I'm gonna be rambling as usual. I don't know, we'll figure out what topics we're going to talk about. Usually it's impromptu, whatever we got that's related to the dashes themselves, and then whatever else comes to my mind. I will start out with indicating that I've started my dash a few minutes ago. And my, I don't know what's going on there. My charger doesn't seem to be working. I don't know why. So what we'll do is we'll unplug it and plug it back in. It was working a second ago. Maybe I'll get it working. And that would stink if my phone quit working. Or there it goes. Alright, so I got my charger set up, going, and DoorDash started a few minutes ago, like maybe 15 minutes ago. I haven't got any knocks on it, but I mean, typically Mondays aren't that great, but here, right off the bat, $6 or 6.9 miles, $13.25. So from Pizza Hut, we will accept that. It's got a little bit of mileage to it, but it also is double the dollars per mile. So I will take that day in and day out. So I promise you that if you guys have been watching me, I came back from Portugal and had 0 deliveries in the last 30 days. All of my other metrics were way up there, and we grew from like 87 up to 96 AR over that time frame, and we accepted every order we could just to get to 100 deliveries, and we made it in 11 dashes, which took me about 2.5 weeks. I haven't been dashing on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, so just Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays, and then I did one Sunday afternoon, evening. So just to get us a little bit of extra money and a few extra dashes, because I missed a day during the week. I missed a day during the week last week too. I forget what was happening, but anyway. I think it was, I forgot to, because I wasn't platinum, and I forgot to schedule myself on Tuesday of last week. So if you guys are following me at all, you know that I dash on Mondays and Tuesdays for about 6 hours, and on Tuesdays and Thursdays for 3 hours. So we're gonna try to keep that. I fell short on the first week and the third week as far as my dollar goal goes, and so this week we really kind of get back up there. So I'm gonna go grab this food and we'll be right back. Alright guys, we have pizza and some breadsticks from Pizza Hut, and we've got 12 minutes to go. It says 5 miles, so I guess that 6.9 was including from where I was to Pizza Hut, and then the extra 5 miles to their house. So not too bad. Not too bad for $13 and some change on your first delivery. That's what I'm liking about it. My very first delivery gets us more than halfway to $20 an hour on the first hour. So back to those of us who don't watch on the regular. My goals are accept as many orders as I can within reason to when I perceived it has a tip, right? And I don't have to have a huge tip, but I don't want $2 orders, because you know the base pay is $2, and if you get a $2, then there's a chance they give a cash tip, but more than likely you're just getting your $2 from DoorDash, and that's going to be it. So anywhere from $2 to $4, then I want to see if it's $4, it's hard pressed for me to get it. But I also have to keep in mind that status in my area matters. I was gold for the last 3 weeks, and I was getting crap orders, so it's very tough. So I was fighting hard to get platinum, and the only thing I was missing was my 100 deliveries in the last 30 days. So I knocked that out in the 11th dash, which was about, like I said, 2.5 weeks. It was I don't know, I got 11 dashes in 2.5 weeks, because remember, I don't do Friday. Well, typically I don't do Friday, Saturday, Sundays. And truthfully, I did Fridays before I went on vacation, but I'm trying to save Fridays to spend more time with the family and stuff. So there's this line, right? As we all know, people who have to work, is like, do you pay the bills or do you spend the time? And so we got to balance those things out. So I'm trying to spend some more time and still make some money to be able to pay the bills and save money for trips that I want to go on and so forth. So we're going to figure that out, and we're going to keep doing what we do. So yeah, all right. That's my goals on orders. Take them if they're above $4, and as long as they're not like outrageous delivery miles, right? Even if it was $4 for 4 miles, it's when it starts to get like $4 for 8 miles, then I'll like, I don't know about that, because I know with like this order was 6.1 miles, but it was it was 5 miles delivery, but it was 12 minutes. So if I had a $4 order that took me 5 miles for 12 minutes, and the reality with where I live, you go 12 minutes, you gotta drive back 12 minutes, because there's nowhere else to deliver, and there's no other stores or restaurants way out here 5 miles away from the freeway that I'm going to be able to pick up any orders. So it's going to be 12 minutes out and 12 minutes back. So right there you got a half hour before you can even have a glimpse of getting your next order. And if your next order is another 5 miles away, then it's going to be another half hour. So you got 2 $4 orders in an hour. So you made $8 that hour. So just, you got to be careful on that. But also, if you decline a bunch, then you're going to be on the edge of going into probably dropping all the way to silver if you drop down to the 70 AR. So I gotta be careful on that kind of stuff. So but I do like the fact that I'm platinum status now. I got my I got a $13 order on the first one. So sheesh, I can't knock being platinum, right? I can't knock it. Last week I got platinum on Wednesday. I ended up hitting $100 on Wednesday. I did it. Well, when did I do that? I worked hard on Monday and Wednesday. I got $100 on both days. I ended up not dashing one night last week. I don't remember what. Oh, where am I going? Usually when I come out here, I go up in this neighborhood here, but this says keep going straight. I don't know what last week was. One night I probably got $250 something, but it was 232 according to DoorDash. But I also had some cash tips that probably put me over 100 or 250 for the week, because I missed. Oh, did I miss Thursday? I don't remember. No, I missed Tuesday because that's right, I forgot to get myself scheduled. So that's another thing about not being platinum. I can always hit dash now. But anyway, so I definitely try to stay platinum for those reasons. It sucks to be able to be anticipating going out and then realize that you're not platinum and you forgot to schedule and you just have to sit at home. You know, that's a night wasted, a night that you scheduled, right, that you planned on scheduling anyway, and being out to where, you know, you have to meet your goals, and then you forget to schedule, so it's kind of a wasted night, and then possibly you have to shift things around to where you can dash a different night. Well, I didn't do that, and then it was a $50 goal night, and obviously I did not get that. So yeah, it happens sometimes. It won't happen as long as I stay in my platinum status and can dash now anytime. So that is a nice feature of platinum. I don't know about you guys where you're at. It is hot. It is hot out here. So trying to stay hydrated, stay a little bit cool. Got the AC going. Hopefully I don't have it up very loud, so I haven't usually been hearing it. I do have a mic up here with the receiver plugged into the phone that I used to record this with. So there, ergo the mic right here. If you guys are looking to upgrade any equipment and you want to look at the mic that I use, and truthfully this is an older version, so I have a newer version on an affiliate link with Amazon where I bought this. I think the one that I bought just recently for my daughter because she needed the lightning plug, and that one comes with a lightning plug and a C plug with the receiver and a Bluetooth mic for like $50. So mine on this one works really well, except I couldn't get it to, I think we had an aftermarket or something. Well, I don't know what the deal was. I could not get the I don't know what it's called. Oh, the 3.5 jack converter to a C plug, USB-C. I could not get the one that I have anyway to work on the phone that I'm recording with. I got it to work with my new phone, but it's the one that I use DoorDash app on, so I can't record and use DoorDash at the same time. Alright, so let me see. 248. Alright, hold on just a second. I gotta find this address. Something I don't like about their app is they have it where it says turn right, but it doesn't say turn right onto their address, meaning it's turn right into their driveway. So you're kind of just like left out in the dark with this thing, because, and then I don't know how the heck I'm gonna get out of there. I'm assuming this is it because I don't see an address anywhere on this mailbox at all. So maybe I'll just have to back out of here. We'll back up this gravel driveway and deliver up to these stairs here. Fingers crossed we're at the right place. But alright, I'm gonna go deliver this pizza and we'll be right back. All right, guys, it says 34 minutes, but remember I started 15 plus minutes before I got my first order, and I was sitting there getting my stuff in the car to go. Anyway, 34 minutes, $13.25. This offer was $3.25 with the $10 tip, so thank you folks for that generous tip, much appreciated. Here's what I love about this car. It has no backup camera, and my neck doesn't turn as good as it used to when I was younger, so it's kind of a little bit harder to back up. So fortunately I know how mirrors work. Alright, so now another 12 minutes back to civilization. Alright, that's pretty easy though. I was glad to get that one. Let's see if we can get some more like that one. Now, and then also if I can figure out how to get out of here. I wonder if I should set my GPS, because I really don't know how I came in here. Let's do it. And the app does not work worth a crap. I'm pressing the button that says the nearest place is Wingstop, and it normally is supposed to take me to the GPS. No, not taking me to the GPS at all. So we'll just do a quick start, go to home, and it's 5.5 miles for 11 minutes, and I don't know where to go, to tell you the truth, because okay, I need to go this way. No, I needed to turn. I needed to turn. So not only is the DoorDash GPS not my friend, neither is the Google Maps. So, but we're gonna get there. We are going to get there. Alright, recenter, follow this road all the way out. Alright, I know where I'm at now. Boom, boom, boom. Messages. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, you're good to go. DoorDash. Top priority for high pay. Maintain platinum status to keep getting, I can't read while I'm driving. Maintain platinum status to keep getting the perks Dashers love most. Learn more. I'm gonna close that out. So yeah, we're gonna keep knocking them out here and get some more. So I have some, just basically it's a cran mango from Ocean Spray. I don't know, I like it. Don't judge me, it's tasty. Just the right tartness, just the right sweetness. It's cold, it's refreshing. Other goals that I have are, I have a goal to get 250 to, how much? Oh, I have a goal to get $300 a week. So on the long days, I want to get 100. On the short days, I'd like to get 50. So that's 2 long days, 2 short days. Gets me right at $300. So prior to going on the trip, I was doing 5 nights a week, and the goal was to get $400. So I've knocked it off quite a bit. And just doing the math, if you work like 48 weeks out of the year, that's $100 less. So that's $4,800 less a year, which is a pretty good chunk of change. So hopefully we won't run into needing that money, but I also know it's like going on a trip. So a lot of times I equate money and extra money with going on trips. So maybe I need to rethink this Friday night off thing just so I can afford to go on a trip. I mean, I know that sounds like a lot of money, $4,800, and I didn't spend $4,800 going for a whole month in Portugal. Now, between the two of us, we spent over that, but you know, half of it for one person was a lot less than $4,800, so that was good. So yeah, now the one of my next trips is going to be expensive, and we haven't fully fleshed it out what we're going to do, but we think we might go to Hawaii next spring for like 7-8 days, and then next May into June, my son and I have a trip to go to Machu Picchu in Peru. So I've been wanting to do that for years. That's been like my #1 bucket list, and I really want to be able to do that with him. He'll be 16, and I think that would be a good guy's trip, an adventure that, you know, we'll never be able to do again, kind of thing. So that's the plan anyway. So I got a lot of DoorDashing to do to make sure we're able to do that. So yeah, sometimes I wish that I could get those kind of orders and just be right back in town, or if I lived in a place that you can drive for miles and miles and miles and just be at another restaurant. Oh, look at there, 6.5 miles, no, $6.25 for 3.7. So we'll accept that. I don't know exactly, so 3.7 could be like half and half of getting there and getting back, because I don't know exactly what direction it was going at the delivery, but maybe it won't be that bad, and maybe this place will have the food ready by the time I get there, because they're pretty notorious of making me wait. It's rare that I get this place, but when I do, I always wait. So fingers crossed. I don't know if I don't get them enough to know, but like Dairy Queen and Sonic and maybe some other places, they never start your order till you check in. And for some things, I get it, just because they probably have a high threshold of drivers not ever showing or whatever. But from my perspective, if I gotta sit there and wait on them, then it's just a pain in my rear end, because that's time, and time equals money. So yeah, there's that. So heading out, headed out. So let me do a little math here. So for $100 and you work 48 weeks, not 52 weeks, but 48. So that's basically taking a week per quarter off from DoorDash, right? If you can do 300 bucks a week, so that's 4,800 for the first 100, 48 for the second, 48 for the third 100, and that would be almost $15,000, like 14,400, I think. Somebody can tell me if I'm wrong, but 14,400 if I did the math. Is that right? 48, so 5, 5, and 5 is 15, so minus 2, 4, 6, so yeah, $14,400, not 15, 14,400. So if I can make 14,400, and I can tell you that's roughly what I made last year. Now I missed quite a bit more time than 4 weeks last year. And I worked a lot. There's some weeks that I was making over 500 bucks a week and doing that stuff, working on Fridays and all that. So, but if I can make 14K doing this and doing 4 nights a week instead of 5 nights a week, I just got to be consistent at it, and I can't keep missing days like I missed a day last week, I missed a day the week before, and so forth. So sometimes working for yourself can get yourself in trouble if you're not consistent. And it's not that I get myself in trouble, it's just I don't meet my goals, I don't get to go where I want to go, I don't pay my bills and all that stuff. So ultimately I need to pay my bills and I need to go. Speaking of going, I'm gonna go into this chicken place and I'll be right back. All right, we're loaded up. 30-piece wings and fries, and that's it. That sounds like some good eats right there. Oh, all right. Whew, it is hot. Why is it so hot? It's I don't know how hot it is, but it feels hot out here. Let's take a quick look. It says it's only 89, but it feels like 101. That just means high humidity. High humidity. So yeah, there's that. High humidity. So, yeah, that'll happen. I hear sirens. I don't see them anywhere. Come on, people. Go, 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 go. Go. Oh. joy of this DoorDash maps. We all know we have to make a loop to go underneath the freeway, but it says go straight and make a U-turn in the middle of the road and go on the access road or go in the turn lane over there. And I'm like, no, that is not a viable option. So yeah, it's not that far. I don't know what it was when we started, but we're down to a half a mile and it takes 1 more minute to get there. So not a bad deal. We did have to wait on the food a little bit there, so we're a little bit over 1 hour into this thing now. So there's that. I don't ever remember going down this street here, and if I have, it's been a long time. It's like I've been down the street over there and the street over there. I may have come up this street before, because I think if you go down the other street and you go down there and come out this way. Alright, so where? I hate these things that don't have any freaking addresses on them anywhere. And it looks like there's it may be a and B unit, and I don't see a letter on them. Alright, I'm gonna go deliver this food and we'll be right back. Alright, I had to get a PIN number on that one, and it was the kid, and you could hear the mom and everybody yelling, "It's your phone number, it's the last 4 digits of your phone number." He was like, "I don't know my own phone number." So that's pretty funny. They were really nice. I didn't get a chance to look and see what the breakdown was. It was like $6 and some change, and then I got another order. So I am up to $19.50, and we're going to Logan's Roadhouse. So oh, I'm gonna have to. I gotta go around to get there, because I can't go back right here and get there. I can't go this way to get there, which is a pain in the rear. It is what it is, but even though it's just right over there, it's only a one-way street there to get to it, so I gotta figure out a way to go around. Maybe some other people have figured it out. It looks like, I don't know what they're doing. I wonder if you can cut up through that, like on the edge of the road there, and just go up there, but I'm not gonna do that. You'd think somebody put a shortcut through here somewhere, though. And there's one, but there's a fence. And it probably doesn't go through. But oh well, we're right around the corner from it. And we cut through the Chick-fil-A's parking lot and go around the back through Lowe's, and then we're gonna be there. Maybe I could just cut through Lowe's on this side if they don't have it blocked off, because they're building something new here. They may have that blocked, I don't know. We shall see. Can I get through? Can I get through? Maybe. Oh, this is, oh, look at there. Oh, I can go behind the Lowe's. Oh yeah, look at that. just go up behind the Lowe's. I don't think there's a speed limit back here, do you? Alright, Logan's Roadhouse, get your stuff together here. I don't have to wait. I don't want to have to wait. I'm not messing around. Alright, I'm gonna run in and grab this. We'll be right back. Hey guys, we're back. This one is 5 miles, 10 minutes away. And here we go. It makes me think that it's probably been declined a time or two because of the mileage slash pay, because it's like $6 for 6 miles or whatever. I don't know that, but one telltale sign is that if you go into Logan's and the food's ready for you, then it's probably been declined a time or two, because I mean, I wasn't that far away. They had no way, no time to get that much stuff taken care of that fast. Alright, so we are going to go ahead and eat our handy dandy Clif bar. These Clif bars, this is my last one, and I didn't get any on my order, so I don't know what. I must have skipped it, or else it was not scheduled. I got them, I think I schedule them every other month, but I've been eating them pretty regular the last month. White chocolate macadamia nut Clif bars, awesome. They are in my Rambling Dasher store link down in the description down below, so feel free if you want to check those out. Here's the deal, is that we get paid a little bit of extra money for sending you their way. So does it cost you any extra to purchase them? I get them through their subscribe and save deals, so they send them to me either once a month, once every other month, and there's 15 to a pack, and they're somewhere around $1 each compared to other things that you might get, which are more. And these, to me, at least in my mind, they're healthier than a candy bar, right? They might not be, but at least in my mind they are. Much more healthy ingredients. Taste awesome. I think all this stuff is supposed to be organic now. Whether it is or not, I don't know. Usually when they put organic on something, the price goes up. So who knows? Do they have a white chocolate macadamia nut alternative to a Clif bar that doesn't have organic things in it that's half the price? I might look into those, but I don't know that they're as good, because this thing is tasty. Alright people, stay in your lane. These people come line up through here. I don't have any power to take off in this little 4-cylinder Honda Fit with the AC going. No. It's like, y'all just gonna have to pass me on the left or on the right, because I gotta get on the freeway here. I was trying to think of where these apartments were, and I was like, I don't have a clue. But I remember. Wind's just blowing in out of the southwest. I don't know why. I mean, the temperature was 89, but man, it's hot. Part of it, I think, is the UV rays coming through. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but my gas place is down here, down to $2.66 a gallon, which is pretty cheap compared to what it's been. It's been up over in the 270s for a while. So it's nice that it's going down. Now here's the crazy thing: is I drove my I have a like a 2016 QX60 I don't know what it's called. It's an Infinity. I think it's called QX60. It's their middle-sized SUV with a third row. And we found it like a year ago at one of the dealerships here for like $13,000 or something like that. And I was like, okay, I need something, because my one car that I had was a little Mini Cooper, and the clutch went out on it, so I didn't have a car. And so we found this one. We found that one. And so my DoorDash car went out, and that was my everyday car. But the clutch went out, and nobody wanted to work on it. So I finally found this dude that wanted to work on it. He took like 6 months to fix it. So it is what it is. But we got it back, and then it's been sitting in the driveway ever since. But in the meantime, I got this car. I DoorDashed for it for a little while, but I was like, golly, I'm putting way too many miles on it. So I stopped, and it's so expensive to drive this thing for DoorDashing. Now granted, it gets good gas mileage, 22, 24 miles to the gallon, but I was just like, oh, it's way too big. Not this thing, but that QX60. But anyway, so it sits in the garage all the time, and I never drive it anywhere, right? So, but then we went on a little road trip on Saturday up to Van Buren, and then back, and then we went into Little Rock yesterday with it, and then it was out of gas. So I was like, crap, I'm gonna have to get gas. So I had been used to putting gas in this Honda Fit. It cost me $27. And yeah, I filled that thing up. It takes premium gas, $64 on one tank, and I'm like, golly, so much for my gas budget for June. Alright, so we're here at these apartments. Let me find out what number we have to go to. Okay, I am not sure about this one. I think it's over here on the side. Oh. Alright, I'm gonna go deliver this food, and we will be right back. Alright guys, so that was $3.50 dash pay and a $3 tip. So yeah, it's to be expected for that far away. And I just got another order that I just let it slip through the cracks because it was for over 5 miles. It was like 4 or 5 miles for $4, so I just let it slide on. Now I've got one for $8.50 for 7 miles, 7.6, and I will accept this one. So it's a little bit, it's doubled, it's more than double the pay and just a couple extra miles. So that worked out well for me on that one. So now I just gotta get to this restaurant, and I don't know what restaurant was that one. I'm not sure where the heck this place is. I think that's that might just be down there in Haskell. So maybe the majority of the drive on this one is on the freeway to get to the restaurant. I may not get out of this apartment complex. There's just lines of cars coming from both directions. They like to spread them out just far enough to where you think you can make it through, but then you can't because there's someone on the other side coming as well. Oh, here it goes. Oh, on the road again. Just can't wait to get back on the road again. $2.56 down here at this Circle K. What is up with that? Well, whatever it is, I like it. I like it. So everybody says prices of gas are supposed to go up in the summertime, especially coming up on a holiday, but they're down 20 cents right there, dude. And for someone who gets paid doing DoorDash and has to pay for gas out of pocket, then I would appreciate it to have cheaper gas. So, also, there's one thing I do know, regardless of what you think about politics, cheaper gas means cheaper everything else. So I can handle that as well. Because right here, this freeway is full of 18-wheelers going up and down the road, and they all use fuel. And if the fuel is cheaper, then getting it delivered there is cheaper, then the products are going to be cheaper. So yes, I'm all for it. Figure it out, people. If you got to make it easier to drill, then make it easier to drill in the United States and be sufficient, and not have to purchase oil from people that aren't good people. Putting the buckies in, I don't see anything other than dirt work still going on. They definitely have built it up. And I knew they were going to have to do something because that land is notorious for being underwater. I heard on the radio today that it's going to be another year before it's supposed to open, so I hadn't really heard anything, but those things are huge expanses of a convenience store with tons and tons of gas stations. So you would have to think it's going to be a while to get one built from the ground up. Alright, I'm going to pull into this restaurant here. It looks a little crowded, so we'll be right back. Sorry, people. Alright guys, we are back. We gotta send them a message here. Looks like it's about 2 miles away, 6 minutes. Have your order headed that way. Go to my album, send them a little meme, boom, back to directions, and fold in there. And she said thank you. So on our way, we're getting more clouds in, possibly looking at some other weather. Hope not, but all right, where are we going? We're going across the freeway. All right. I wonder if we're supposed to get any storms here. Thunderstorms possible after 8 p.m. I think it's the heat is rolling in, the humidity is popping up. Let's look at the thunderstorm forecast. It kind of looks like it could just be hit or miss and maybe stay to the south of us and to the north. But these future storm things are just hit and miss. So we'll see. We'll keep our fingers crossed that nothing comes this way and disrupts the dash. But yeah, they have done quite a bit of work over here as far as moving dirt. And I'm sure, I don't know, it's hard to tell if they've put any of the, because they got to put all those gas tanks underground, so I don't know if they've done that or not. Oh, that's some big old pieces of metal that are covering the road there. But they're working on both sides of the street too, so I've heard that they're going to put a Chick-fil-A on this side of the freeway, which are not down at this end. So a Buc-ee's and a Chick-fil-A, which there's not another Chick-fil-A until you get to Bryant, and everybody from Benton, if they want Chick-fil-A, they got to go all the way to Bryant. So it's a good long ways. Okay, looks like it's time to get the glasses out again. And get on the right side of the road. Okay, so we still got 3 minutes. There's two separate neighborhoods that 99% of all the deliveries go to one of these two. I have delivered to one of the houses on this road here. So probably like 99% of all deliveries go to one of those two neighborhoods. And it's the first neighborhood. think I've ever been this far back in on this side of this neighborhood. Usually it's just right in and out. Okay. 2 cars parked at the edge of the cul-de-sac there. Working like a funnel. Okay, so... Okay, here we go. I'm like, where's the house? Where's the house? Alright guys, I'll be right back. Alright guys, that was our 4th delivery out of 5 that we accept, or 4 out of 5. And I just clicked the wrong button. I was gonna click to see what it was, but it was $8.50, so that's all I know, so that was good. Puts us up to $34.50, and we're at a cul-de-sac. So in about an hour and 50 minutes, so I need about a $6 order in the next 10 minutes, but it's gonna be slim pickings because of where we are. But we're right on the cusp of being at 20 bucks an hour, so that's nice. I need some decent orders to come down for us to stay there and to make up any ground. We're gonna keep trying, right? It's like whenever you accept some low orders, it really takes you down, but then if you don't accept a low order and you don't get any more orders after that for a while, then you're just kind of, you know, out there in la la land and waiting for orders. I also have this thought, it's one of my DoorDash conspiracy theories, is that if you decline a couple of crap orders in a row, then the chances of you having to sit out a bit could very well be the case. So that's a theory anyway, that they put the throttle on you if you decline some orders in a row. So I don't know if that's true or not, but I've definitely felt it in the past. So I just declined my first one, but immediately I got one that was double, for a little bit more miles, but it was still more. It was more than $1 per mile. Whereas the one that I declined was like 50 to 75 cents per mile. All right, come on. So I have a friend of mine that is down here set up with some watermelons and cantaloupes, and I don't know what all he has. He sent me a picture with a bunch of cantaloupe, but I can't go say hi to him while I'm dashing, because I'll be there for an hour. It's just one of those kind of deals where it's like, when I go see this dude, you're there for an hour. And I'm just like, I don't have time. I'm on a mission. I'm on a mission to go to Hawaii and go to wherever else I'm going. Alright, so I got a McDonald's for 3.6 miles for $7.50, so I'm gonna accept it. And it's the McDonald's that's right across the freeway, so we will get over that way. I'm gonna run in and grab me some chips and a Mountain Dew, because my other drink is gone. It's mainly melted ice. Alright, we will be right back. Alright guys, it says 2.7 miles, 2.8 miles in 7 minutes. So, I know it's back in some neighborhood here, so I'm going to be eating some Doritos and drinking some Mountain Dew. So, just join me and, yeah. Because this is what I do in dashing, evidently. Eat Doritos and drink Mountain Dew. That's all I do. That McDonald's took entirely way too long. I went in there and said, hey, I'm gonna go get me a drink and I'll be back. Went and got a drink, stood in line over there, put the drink in the car, and went back into McDonald's and probably waited another 5 minutes. Customer just sent me a message saying, or I was basically rolling on the floor laughing. And look, I may have already missed a turn. So, she said something about, why is this thing doing this? I hate DoorDash maps. Absolutely hate DoorDash maps. I'm back in this subdivision out in Haskell. It's really nice. The only thing I don't like about it, there's only one way in and one way out. But it's not built like a big square subdivision. It's just a big zigzag all the way to the very end. And then you have to zigzag all the way back. And this Google Maps is all jacked up. It has no idea where I'm at. This lady says, yeah, we're at the very last cul-de-sac. So you gotta go way back up in here. The GPS has me going backwards, like I'm backing up down this road. It has no idea where I'm going. All right, I'm gonna drop this food off. We'll be right back. Alright guys, $7.50. That was $2.50 base with a $5 tip. And we're up to $42 after 2 hours and 20 minutes. Continue dashing. Alright, I'm gonna finish these chips off, get me a drink, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, we have accepted an order for a cash pay to a Pizza Hut. And I'm surprised it's only $2 because I gotta go 4 miles to get there. That's kind of frustrating in that regard. And then I don't know how far I gotta go to pick it up. So I probably kind of screwed myself on that regard because the dash pay should have been higher than $2. But fingers crossed I get a decent order or a decent tip. So we'll see. We shall see. So I gotta go about 3 miles to get to this little Pizza Hut out in the middle of nowhere, and then probably go deliver it for a couple miles from there. I'm hoping it's not that far, seeing how we are a little ways away from the Pizza Hut. So yeah, so I'm gonna pause this until we get there and pick up that pizza, and then we'll be right back. Alright guys, we have picked up this order. It's $43.19. We'll see. I think I've delivered to this guy before. Maybe. I can't remember if I got a decent tip out of it or not. Let me send him a quick message saying I'm on the way. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom. Boom. And directions. Where's the there's the directions. So 2.8 miles away. I gotta figure out how to get there. Okay. Definitely going a different direction than normal, but we will find it. Alright. There's not much really happening tonight. It's going by fairly quickly. This has the potential, if this dude gives me a tip, I don't know where this guy's gonna let me out. If I can get a decent tip out of this one, then I can hit $50 and it'll be before 7 o'clock. So that would be good. 50 before 7, then I'm shooting for 100 before 10. And I definitely need to get home at a decent hour because I don't have hardly any steps today. I think I'm up to maybe 3,500 or so, which is really not good for this time of the day. Yeah, 3,500. Maybe I can get 5K before I finish dashing. That would be nice if I could. I do know it's hot and sticky out there, but I hate doing over 5,000 steps after 10 o'clock at night. It's just not an easy task. So right now I'm looking at 60, what did I say? I'm looking at 6,500 steps, which is, you know, like an hour and 5 minutes at least. So hopefully I can knock that down a little bit. I probably, if I pay attention, I can start parking farther away from the front door or wherever I'm going to and get a few extra steps in that way. I know it doesn't seem like much, but every little bit helps. Oh, where in the world is this place? I still got another 1.3 miles. I gotta make a U-turn. I don't think I'm supposed to turn here, but I don't know how that worked, but anyway. Oh. Less than a minute, or maybe, I don't know, 3/10 of a mile. Maybe I can make it there in a minute. I can see that address on the GPS from here, so I don't know if this is a street or, yeah, hard to tell because it's not telling me to turn on a street. It's telling me to turn on a driveway where there is no. There we go. 5, 2, 4. Okay, there we go. Oh. Alright, dude, I'll be right back. Alright, guys, so we got, it was 43 and some change. He gave me a 50. So, well, he gave me $60 and asked for 10 back. So, he gave me 50 bucks. So that's $7 extra. Oh, dadgummit. Hold on, let me see. So, yeah. So I think that puts me at 44 plus 7, which would be $51. So really it was like $6 and some change. So really at $50. I don't know what it was, $50 and, or $43.19 I think. So $50 at before 7 o'clock. Not a bad deal. So now we just got to keep rolling. Keep on rolling. So right now I don't see any thunderstorms headed this way, but I'm gonna say it's I don't know, there seems to be clouds off to the west, which is keeping the sun from hitting us right now. So it seems like it's darker than it normally is at this time, because usually it's gonna be like 8:30. Oh, and then all of a sudden I get rain or sprinkles or something on my car. So I don't know if it was like from a car driving by with doing his windshield wipers, but no, it's sprinkling. It's very light, like anyway, it's not much, but that's probably why it's darker than normal, because everything I see looking that way, which is straight south, I think, is all blue skies. But back that way, it's a little darker. So maybe it could be blowing up a storm back there and I just can't see for all the trees. So alright, so we're gonna get out here and try to get some more orders. So what are we sitting at? An hour and 25 minutes on this particular video. So we'll probably do another I don't know how long it's gonna last, maybe an hour, another 30 minutes to an hour before we move on to dashing in the dark. I usually like these ones to go, well, normally I quit at 7, so but it's not dark, so it's hard to say, hey, jump over to dashing in the dark right now when it's not dark. So we'll work on that one a little later. Usually dashing in the darks are shorter videos. I don't know, it'll probably change over once and the days are getting shorter as of the 21st or whatever. So you just don't notice it much, because it's like a minute, a half a minute to a minute per day that we're losing daylight. And so when I say half a minute, it's, you might lose about a half a minute in the morning and a half a minute in the evening. So But yeah, it is kind of interesting because we got all summer long before this heat start changing. So it's interesting to me. That the days start getting longer or shorter in June, but it still gets hotter through September. So I don't know, it's interesting. All right, I don't know how. Oh, I know how, because I was on the I was on the access road and got that Pizza Hut delivery detour. So it was about $8+ counting the $2 DoorDash pay. So not too bad. Not too bad. I hate going all the way out there. That's interesting. Alright, so, oh wow, 8.6 miles for $8.75. And gotta have a pizza bag, but I'm going to take it. So maybe back in the day, I don't know if it used to be this way or not, but used to. I don't know if it's like people are migrating towards, hey, we are doing DoorDash a lot more, and basically getting to this fact that in the early days, and not that in my early days, only a year ago, but I felt like I would get more, whenever I did a pizza delivery, I would get more cash tips. But nowadays, I don't. So I don't know if that has anything to do with just people getting more comfortable with tipping in the app or not tipping at all. But I think most people, it's just ingrained that you tip the driver on a pizza delivery, you know, instead of doing it online. So I don't know. So I wonder what will happen with this whole, I'm not 100% certain that the bill that's going through, that went through the Senate, I guess it has to go back through the House and get reconciled with what, where am I at? Okay, sorry. With what the Senate changed, and so I'm assuming that the House will have to go back in and vote on it again, but somehow put their stamp of approval on it. But basically, it's that big beautiful bill or whatever they're calling it. But it also, my understanding is that it will have in there no tax on tips and no tax on overtime, which are huge for people that work in tip industries. Now my question is, does it require you to, because here's the reality with people that work in tips. If you get paid in cash, I guarantee you the vast majority of people that get paid cash tips, it goes unreported, right? The only way it gets reported is that if someone pays you a tip on the credit card and the restaurant or whatever you're working through reports that tip earnings that way on like your 1090 on your W-2, right? That you had so many dollars in pay from the company and so many dollars in tip pay, and knowing that there's $0 taken out of that tip pay, so you're going to pay taxes on it. So that's my question is, are they going to somehow ask you to report your cash tips, of which you don't have to pay taxes on? Which I would think would be garbage if they tried to do that. But I just wonder if that would be the case. It'd be hard pressed for me to keep track of cash tips. Well, it's not hard for me to keep track of them. It'd be hard pressed for me to report them. And I know I didn't say that out loud. I mean, I didn't even say it, right? Alright, people, y'all gotta get out this middle of the parking lot here. Okay, I'm gonna run in and grab this food. We'll be right back. Alright, so we got this order packed up in the car, ready to rock and roll. Okay. It's 5 miles, 10 minutes. And we're rock and rolling. I thought I was going. I thought I was going somewhere else. Where am I going? And why didn't my... Why is my phone not charging? Why is my phone not charging? Does this thing keep coming out? Something's not working. Because my phone just goes in there, but it's not clamping down on it, and it's not charging the battery. Charging now. It's hard to tell. It clamped up on it. I don't know if it's charging or not. car is still full. Wireless charger connected. Okay. So this past weekend, we were just doing some different things with my daughter because we don't get to spend as much time with her because she is moving to Japan. And so we went up to Van Buren. They have in Van Buren, Arkansas, there is a nonprofit that runs a train up there. They own the train tracks and all that fun stuff. And they run it as a passenger train, but they also do it as a commercial as well. And they will, you know, move goods, I guess, up and down the train tracks. So the tracks go from Van Buren, I think, up into somewhere in Missouri. I couldn't remember the exact town. Now, we just took the train up to this little town called Winslow, Arkansas. We couldn't get off the train there and walk around or anything, but it was still, you know, we got to take the ride up there and ride back in a train. And the people that volunteer, there's people on each cart that volunteer, and they give little anecdotes, and they you know, I guess they volunteer for tips, and then they I don't know, they give little history about the train and the tracks and the people who built the tracks and all that fun stuff. So it's somewhat interesting and a little bit entertaining, but it was just nice. We had basically we just had a table and chairs that faced, you know, four of us facing each other, and on the side, well, it had two sides where windows were, but we sat on one side. And when the train stopped in Winslow, they opened the back door, because what happens is the train has a couple of engines, and the two engines are on one end of the train when they're pulling it one direction, and then they move the engines to the other end of the cars to pull it the other direction. So it's kind of interesting. So they park in a place where there's two side-by-side tracks, and they just unhook the engine from our car, which was the next to the one behind us when it was pulling it, and then got on the other tracks, went down to the other end of the train, hooked it up, and then pulled us the other direction, going back to Van Buren. So it was interesting. And so whenever they did that, they opened up the end of the car that had a little platform out there, and people could go stand outside while the train's going. So we went out there and did that. It was kind of fun. Got a few little videos of the train tracks just going behind us, so it was interesting. So yeah, that was fun. And we went, there's a town called Altus in Arkansas where they have vineyards. So we went and did one wine tasting at a post vineyard and tried 5 different wines. It was like $5 per, well, it was $5 per person, and you got to try 5 wines. So and yeah, they had some really good stuff there, so that was good. We enjoyed ourselves. I think if the girl doing it was a little bit more talkative and more free-flowing with the information, it would have been better without having to drag it out of her, but it is what it is. But we still had a good time. And then we had reservations at another vineyard that has a restaurant that is kind of somewhat famous. That is it's called, I don't know, some people call it Wiedeker or Wiedeker. I don't know how you say it. But anyway, it's basically Swiss, Austrian, maybe German fare. But yeah, we had a lot of good food. Quiche was on the menu. I had beef stroganoff and it was excellent. We had this cheese and sausage platters come out. What else? I don't know what. I don't. One of my kids had a what did he have? I think it was just like chicken Alfredo, and I can't remember what the other dish, I don't know what it was called. I think it was either chicken or pork cutlets or something, but it was all tasty. So, and then desserts on top of that. So, oh man, it was a lot of food. And we all brought back food, so yeah, good times. It was a long day, but we had a good time. All right, I'm gonna go deliver this food and we'll be right back. Alright guys, we're up to $52.75, 7 out of 8 orders, so it was $8.75, $4.75 base pay, $4 delivery. Can't continue dashing. What did that, oh, I can't get back in there. Okay, so they said to drop it on the mat, but there was no mat there. You can see where it used to be, but it was gone. So I just told them someone stole their mat. And then put a little rolling on the floor laughing emoji. So we're falling behind. I'm at 50, let's see, what is this? A 52.75 plus close to $7, so almost to 60, and we're at 3.5 hours, so we're 30 minutes behind, so we're a good $11 behind what we're supposed to get, and it's going to be a minute or two before I get back in to town. So, but we're going in that direction. So if I could make $20 an hour, I'd be at 60. I would be at $120 in 6 hours. So that is a rare occurrence for 6 straight hours in this area anyway. My other conspiracy theory is that DoorDash will throttle your orders if you get a good order and you're doing over $20 an hour for an extended prolonged time frame. They will throttle your orders back to let other people get good orders and catch up with you or whatever, you know. I don't know if that's real or not, but I feel like it is, because I've had a few, I would say not a few, but I've had some instances where I was like, I got some really good like catering orders or something like that. Got me well up over the $20 order, but because I was doing a long dash, it all came back down because after you get big orders and you're sitting at like 25-30 bucks an hour for like 2, 3, 4 hours, then you will somehow start getting bad orders or no orders at all. So I just I really think that they try to keep some other people happy, because they have to think that it's like, yeah, you're good with 20 bucks an hour or whatever. Obviously my whole thinking is, if I can get 20 bucks an hour for an hour, then I want $20 an hour for 6 hours, you know. Or if I can get $25 or $30 an hour for 1 hour, then I want to get it for all the hours, right? But when you don't, that's when you're like, what the heck? Why are the next 2 hours after the first one, like I got $30, and the next 2 hours I only got $10 an hour? And so by the end of the evening or whatever, you're back to less than 20 bucks an hour. So my theory is that DoorDash throttles you to be less than 20 bucks an hour, even if you got some good ones, but over the course of an evening, they're going to throttle that. Now, I don't know if it's true or not. That's my best guess, though, because it's happened, and I feel jinxed by it. I think I'm gonna go back this way, just to go back down by this little Pizza Hut here, and then I'm gonna go back around to Chepe's and back around to loop around Benton, go back towards Bryant that way. One interesting thing is, like, I've been working primarily on this end tonight. Normally I'll get orders down at Wingstop and then other places in Bryant. So it's, you know, every night's different. It's the same places. Very rarely do you go to a new place, but every once in a while. I know back in the day I used to get pizza. I used to get Taco Bell orders back to back to back to back, all, you know, all the time. I rarely ever get a Taco Bell order anymore. So whether it's Taco Bell or some other like places that I usually get, I did notice that one of the Asian places in Benton had closed down. I haven't gotten any Yum Yum. I got one Yum Yum order in Bryant, and that's it. In 3 weeks, which is just, you know, I've had some nights where I can just make a night out of making Yum Yum deliveries. So I don't know what the deal is with that, but I haven't got any in a while. No Yum Yum. just drove by Salem Dairy Bar. If you're ever in Salem, Arkansas, in north of Benton, you need to check the hours out for Salem Dairy Bar and stop in there and get you a burger and burger, fries, and a shake. You will not be disappointed. Cheeseburger. Make it your cheeseburger. Not disappointed in that. It's just a little dairy bar, but yeah, they got some good stuff going on there. They got good stuff. So yeah, I would say, going back to what I was talking about before the last drop off, was it's called the Arkansas-Missouri Railroad. If you're in Central Arkansas and you want to make a day trip, I would recommend. It was a little bit expensive. It came with lunch, just a sandwich, a deli sandwich, a bag of chips, and like a soft drink or water. I think, and it's a non-profit, so you know, I think it costs like a little over $300 for the 4 of us. We had a good time though. Then we stopped at the restaurant. I don't know what the restaurant cost. I didn't pay for that, but I paid for it the last time we went there. But I said I don't know. It was probably like $150 with the tip and everything. But it's a really kind of cool looking place on the inside. It's interesting. It's been there for 50 plus years, I would say. And they kind of have a set, I don't know. I don't know if it's what you call a set menu. It's not, you can order, but I don't know if they've changed their menu up in a long time, but they pretty much have it down, right? They're not changing a lot of stuff around, and I always get the same thing, which I've only been there twice, and I always get that beef stroganoff because it's so good. But and that sausage platter to me is like sausage with some spicy mustard. I don't know how spicy it was, but it was pretty good. I like that. So here at Chepe's for 6.8 miles for $13.25. That's what I'm talking about. Let's do it. So get that food ready. So here's the deal: is I'm really close to Chepe's, a third of a mile away. They will not have this food ready. So we'll go in there and we'll sit around, wait for it, get on Facebook, scroll around and that, and then they'll finally bring the order out. So, but we're gonna get in there, we're gonna grab it. We'll catch you on the other side. So I don't know if how long this microphone has been off. It's very interesting. I've been talking away for a long time. So we've got 2 hours worth of video, but 4 hours of chat. And I don't know, this thing, I don't think it got charged up over the weekend. So totally forgot about that. So this may be kind of a wasted video. But we're going to go ahead and end it now. We're at $66. Thank you guys for participating if you did. Sorry if the audio is garbage, but we'll try to make it better and figure it out here. There's a little puppy running down the road. All right, y'all be good. We'll see you in Dashing in the Dark. Bye.